What is going on, people? My name is Eric Piccioni, documenting our journey to financial freedom. Today, really fun update. We are consumer debt free. So I'm going to walk through just a general game plan of how that came to be. It was about $50,000 of consumer debt that we tacked on over the past 12 months. So we paid it off right about 12 months. It might have been like 13, but in total, it was right around like 12 all in. But I say consumer debt, I mean, a lot of it was more like business loans, lines of credit, things like that. So rewind a couple months ago, or basically a year, we ended up moving out of our home state in Texas, Tejas, went to Cincinnati. We took out a line of credit to purchase a home out here, using that loan as a down payment. For that, it was like 5% down, so it's an owner occupied loan. We could do that, that's great. I don't mind it. The reason behind it is it was also a house hack. So we rent out the basement on Airbnb or Furnished Finder, VRBO, whatever you want to call it. And we basically reduce our mortgage by half or close to it. And that's really nice. So it's more of an investment for us. Nonetheless, a loan is a loan, and I'm not a huge fan of it. So I think it's like 8% interest that loan comes out to be. And then we had a vending loan. So we started a vending machine business that came out to about $22,500, and then another $3,000 from another credit card that had 0% interest for 12 months. So it was right around $25,000 in total credit used for the vending business. And then we had $10,000 for an HVAC loan because we didn't have the 10 grand. We definitely, thinking back now, we definitely could have waited a little bit longer to pay for it and paid cash. However, I was just nervous going into the winter out in Cincinnati that it would be unbearably cold, as the AC was definitely a DIY job. It was put together really bad. Whenever we got the house, the whole house was really like a DIY project. It feels that all the things that should have been done the right way were done with like duct tape and plumber's tape. So it's a lot of it has been fixed since we've come in. But anyway, the HVAC was like 10 grand, the vending loan was 25, and then the HELOC was 26. So a little bit more than 50, right around 60 grand actually. But I'm considering all of it as consumer debt because we either use, good Lord, we got some bad drivers out here. So the home, we use, so it is, to me, it's more of like a personal thing. I don't want to start saying, oh, it's just a business expense. But anyway, our game plan was to do something called the snowball effect, where we start paying off the lowest principal balance first, and then let that compound over time. You take minimum payments for all the other loans, and then you pay the lowest balance first with a vengeance. So you have every dollar that you earn outside of the extra income that you make on a monthly basis goes directly towards that principal, and you just attack it, really. So the general process was, starts with the HVAC. We ended up paying that off pretty quick. I ended up, I work from home, so I can work remotely. I did end up taking like a side job so that I could earn a little bit more income to cover it, but we paid that off, and then we took that minimum monthly payment, rolled it into the next balance, and ended up selling things around the house that we didn't need, just creating a little extra buffer that we could use towards that, and paid that off in a couple months. And then at this point now, the vending machine business has taken off. We've now got, I think it's like $2,500 in revenue. So I am able to put away an extra $500 a month for the loan, So we put away $500 from that, the minimum from the other payment, plus the extra income that we make from our jobs and everything else outside of our day-to-day expenses would go towards the debt. And that third loan was definitely the most emotional to pay off, because it was like, you know, by this point we're already 10 months in, 11 months into paying this whole thing off. So we were just like, let it be gone kind of thing. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, it definitely gives me a lot of peace of mind. It's kind of crazy to think, I mean, a lot of these, like, yes, they were mostly personal. I mean, I say consumer, but I'm referring to this stuff outside of the mortgages as being like consumer debt, which is just like anything that you take out a loan for to fund anything. I know that's not tradition. That's like not the definition of a consumer loan, but a business loan to me it's just easier to bundle it under one umbrella. But anyway, the vending stuff is done very well for us. We've been very fortunate to have that. But it's very crazy how quick and easy it is to get yourself in debt. Like, I've naturally been a very debt averse, or a person that's not very fond of debt outside of real estate. Like, I've never really owned anything with a loan. If I do, I pay it off within a couple months or a couple years. Like, I can't really think of any times that I've been in a position where we've had a debt or had a loan out for extended periods of time. We're usually very aggressive at paying it off. Like my car loan and my wife's car loan, you know, we paid that off in like less than a year in most cases. But it's yeah, so we're used to being debt free outside of the mortgage. And yeah, it's crazy because just like that, in a matter of months, you know, within like a 3-month span, we went from $0 in outstanding loans and lines of credit to all of a sudden we were in like $50,000 of debt. And that's just like, or 60,000 even, which is crazy to think about. But it's just wild to see that it's quite common for most people to be in a similar position, you know, with just standard credit cards or personal loans or student loans. Just like that, you're in $100,000 of debt, and it just sucks. Like, there was not a day that went by that I wasn't thinking of having this cloud over my shoulder of just money that I got to pay, and like I can't keep it in my pocket. We got to just give it away to pay off something at a 8% interest. But you know, the way I see it is you pay something with a set interest rate, and you're like paying yourself that percentage back every month. So it feels good because you're like, all right, cool. If I am going to pay towards the balance, I'm like giving myself a guaranteed, you know, 8% return because I'm not having to give it away anymore. So it's nice to be able to pay something off and like now keep that money in your pocket. And now that we have that extra, you know, it was like almost $1,000 of monthly payments, we can now put that away towards just future growth. And that's really cool. So I wanted to make that just to document the path or process. I'll probably make a more formal video in the very near future about all of this stuff. But good God, I did not realize that my lips were so chapped. So if you're still watching this, like, I apologize. That is crazy. But anyway, I appreciate you sticking with me for this video. I hope it inspired you or just gave you a little bit more of a push if you're on your own path, and just, you know, hopefully it helps in some way, shape, or form. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'll try to make a little bit more of a formal sit-down video soon, but the whole point of this channel is to do more of a raw style without a lot of editing. And if I don't get a billion followers from it, so be it. But this is how I like to film content, so let it be this way. So thank you so much for watching. God bless. Stay tuned.